Hola, mi amigos. Buenas noches. Soy Thingamajig. Mucho gusto. Here we go then. Round 4 of the GT3 World Endurance Series, featuring the Aston Martins in this 5th season. We use a different car for each season, celebrating a region of car manufacturers in the world. And it's the Brits' turn. This the limey little rule trying to destroy Britannia people. The bloody Brits, you know, when the globe was pink because they thought they owned everything. Well, the rest of the world showed us. Yes, round 4, back to tangent, of the World Endurance Series, Season 5. Series, I think I've put the name in wrong again. Oh, Racer Brown, one day I will get one of your names of your championships right, but not today. Today is not the day. He's asked if we're ready. It's 10 minutes of qualifying, then a 90-minute race. There's rules about tyres, can't quite remember them. I think they've got to qualify on the hard tyres, start on the hard tyres, then they've got to go through all the tyres. As soon as they've used all of the racing compound tyres, then they can crack on with whatever tyre they fancy. And let me tell you, most of these races so far, they've got rid of those tyres in the first half of the race. So Homesick Alien is saying good evening, bud, in the chat. Yo, 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 Homesick, you got to win this season. So they're just about to go into qualifying. I've told you roughly the rules, but we're at round 4 already. I mean, I can't keep... Go back. If you've only just come across this, well, stick with the live one if you found it live. Why not? You're here. In for a penny, in for a pound. But if you need to know the rules, just go back and look at some of the old rounds. Jay in the chat saying, thinking I may break your heart because the power grid is cutting my area at 10 p.m. Wow. Yeah, they do power shedding over in South Africa. Oh, it's going to be gutting, man. We'll see. So they're going into qualifying. JOO is leading this this championship on 53 points. And then in second is Homesick Alien on 52 points. Guesty is third on 41 points. Super Manny is fourth on 36 points. Jim is fifth on 34 points. Sixth is Racer Brown on 30 points. Jokers is 7th on 29 points. Bazza is 8th on 24 points. 9th is Sharon on 22 points. Ensign Hewitt is 10th on 21 points. Noxie is 11th on 19 points. Digital Blasphemy is 12th on 11 points. Bendit is 13th on 9 points. Snorlax is 14th on 7 points. Magid is 15th on 6 points, sorry. 6 points, with Norman's also in 16th on 6 points. That's the table. Join our Discord if you want a clear review of the tables. I know reading them out is quite tricky to try and keep up. I'll go slower next time. You can use a pen. Right then, so we're here. We're qualifying. We've got the racing hards on these Aston Martin Vantages. I think I've told you. Oh, what the hell? That is so bizarre, because I just looked at the driver's briefing just to give you a bit of a thing, and it said it's the Nürburgring GP. But thank God it's not. We're actually at Tokyo Expressway East Side, and the track information, it's a high-speed bop these cars are carrying. We've got 4.531 miles of track. We've got 12 turns in that track. And the pit time is roughly about 16 seconds. Interesting. I like the pit time. That's cool. Cool. Right then, so they're still on an outlap. They're just coming around. It looks like Racer Brown is heading the fields. I would make comment that we're at a dark race again, but we've already established that the hosts and the admin guys who organise the races have got wet over the night races in GT7, so let them get it out of the system. You know, we'll be racing in the day in no time when they get bored of it. It's just a novelty. They'll get used to it. So Racer Brown is there wet for a dark Tokyo. Although I don't mind Tokyo, although you don't get to see the liveries so well. because everything's yellow. It just makes me think of Coldplay all the way around, and God, that's an awful thing to go through. Look at the sky, look how it shines for you, and everything that you do. Oh, it was all yellow. All those university students trying to get off with each other, listening to that dreary muck, for God's sakes. So, race, that's why we've got a flipping generation of snowflakes that grew up with Coldplay going, oh, it was all yellow. God. So, Racer Brown is on the track. Homesick Alien's out there as well. He's second in the championship. It's very interesting. Then we've got Norman's. Why is the camera not moving? Come on, cameraman, keep up. We've got Norman's out there. He's done very well of late. He seems to tail off at the end of races, if I remember rightly. But he's been very exciting to watch so far this championship. Guesty has had all the pace, none of the luck. So Guesty, can it go his way this time? I'm going to look at the table now, see that he won last time out or something. He did. No, he didn't. He didn't. Superman, he did. Yeah, Superman, he did a beautiful job. No, Guesty, he's had a podium at Circuit de Spa, but as of yet, he's been a top runner. Whoa, someone just lost the back end. They wanged it. They sent it too hard, eh, Jim? You licked it. You sent it too hard. Oof, and then he found another barrier. Oh, we won't watch that. Guess, look at the times anyway. So Racer Brown's fastest. Homesick Alien is second fastest by 7/10. Guess he's gone third fastest by 2/10 from the Alien. Oh, Jokers, hello. He's just popped in to say second fastest. 5,000ths of a second ahead of the Alien. That is Homesick. Guesty then is fourth. Super Manny is good for fifth place. Look, sorry for that bouncing around. Norman's. Oh, no. There's been movement. Sharen, the Russian sensation, has popped it right in there in second place, and it is glorious. But Racer Brown still the man at the top, as the time still topple. Sharen in second, Jokers third, Homesick Alien fourth fastest. We've got Guesty fifth, Super Manny is sixth. Wow, they're having a race, Super Manny and Jokers. Super Manny is sixth fastest, Norman seventh, Ensign Hewitt is eighth fastest. Hey, the rich energy actually looks good around it. No, I'm joking, Ensign, I'm joking. It does look nice with a yellow tin, though. Rose gold, go rose gold. I reckon rose gold's the way to go. So Ensign Hewitt eighth. Go for a special one in the next one, rose gold. Turn that gold into rose, because it looks nice in the yellow tin. Ensign Hewitt's eighth. Noxie is ninth fastest. He's got a sexy car, dead sexy car. That is a contender. There's so many, though. Superman and Jim have got very similar cars, so they're joint contenders for the livery. I think they should do a vote at the end of every championship. All the drivers should. We used to, years ago, I think only one championship ever happened, but at the end of the championship, all the drivers had a vote on their favourite livery. And that livery won nothing, but it was deemed to be the best. It'd be interesting to see how people vote. Bendit, you weren't allowed to vote for your own, obviously. So Bendit is 10th. Bendit, where's Bendit been? What races is he? Oh, yeah, because he works some shifts, doesn't he? So he's missed a couple. He's back. And Super Manny going faster, going up to third fastest, shuffling Jokers and Homesick down. And Bendit just putting in a lovely time, or it was a lovely time for 7th, but he's been dipped down to 8th by Digital Blasphemy, was it? Yeah, Digi and Big Dan's popped a time in there, and Jim's popped in a time. So we're going to have to do a run through, haven't we? And Noxie again. They've all shuffled each other around before we even got to them. Sharen's gone pole as well. I didn't even notice. My words. Am I paying attention? I guess not. Jay's gone faster. I can't see him in the top 8, though. We will do have a rundown. Baz has made it into the top 8. It's very tight out there. Skyjack's saying, hi, you. Hey, you shouldn't be on here. You should be worshipping the wife. And Mama Homesick saying, hi, Thingy. How are you this evening? I'm good, thank you. I'm good. I'm fine and dandy. Dandy diddly do. So, Hey, the rabbit's just come in, so I will be popping off to close doors soon. Shiren is on pole and getting purples again. Shiren is on it. He's been away for a while, but he's back again. And he's back with, he's brought the noise. Racer Brown second, fastest, with Super Manny in third, Jokers in fourth. And we're looking all the way down into fifth place for our first championship contender, which is Homesick Alien, and we can't see Jay. So Homesick Alien fifth fast. Look how close it is. 5 thousandths of a second off of Jokers' time, and a tenth and a bit ahead of Guesty, who is in sixth fastest so far. Whoa, he just sent that one. And Bazza seventh. Racer Brown's just taken pole away from Shiren, but we saw Shiren with purples, so we'll keep a quick eye on his lap. We missed Racer Brown's, but we know he's on pole. He's just coming up to the final straights. Normans goes faster. I can't see him in the top 8. Superman, he goes faster, stays third. I think he was already third. It's Shiren we were watching. We saw purples earlier on. He's just lost pole to Racer Brown. Again, Digital Blasphemy goes third fastest. That's a strong time from Digital Blasphemy. And there goes Shiren. It's not faster. Oh, so Racer Brown pole, Shiren in second. Digital Blasphemy just put a humdinger into third spot. Super Manny is fourth fastest. It looks like these guys are all bunched up. They're towing each other, I think. It's the only way to get around and get those times. JOO slips one in there. Fifth place, wham bam, thank you ma'am, in the sexy looking pace mobile. Jokers there is sixth fastest, and there's a lot of close call stuff on the track there. It's very, that was Homesick Alien obviously lifting and letting these guys through. Homesick Alien only seventh fastest so far, following the man who's ahead of him on the grid. Gusty, it's easily done, Guesty, see? Guesty is eighth fastest. Should have let his wife drive. Bazza is ninth. He'll be happy to see Guesty. He doesn't often see the rear derriere of Mr. Guesty. I'm gonna have to start calling him Mr. Guesty, ain't we, if we're going to differentiate. Then we got Bendit, and he's chasing down Jim's time, 600ths off. So let's stick with this. Oh, they're on their final lap already. So who's going to be first across the line? That one. It's going to be Racer Brown. He's already on pole. Can he put it a little further out the way? No. Who's next? Someone's coming up here. Oh, we've got two. We've got a pace. We've got Super Manny. It looks like these two have been working together. Super Manny just looked like he pulled out of the toe of JOO, or giving JOO a toe, but he'd have to lift for the toe, so it made no sense. Super Manny doesn't go any faster, nor does JOO. Oh no, that wasn't JOO. Sorry, I don't know. Oh, it was Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy coming up to the line. He's third fastest already, and he doesn't go any faster. Shiren then second fastest, coming up to the line. He's going to cut the line, and no, he doesn't go. No one goes faster. Jokers is finished. Jim goes faster. Guesty is 8th. Jim's 9th. Bazza is 10th. Bendit is 11th. Noxie is 12th. Normans is 13th. And Ensign Hewitt is 14th. So who am I missing? Racer Brown, Shiren. I didn't see where Homesick. Oh, he's still behind. Jokers, sorry. That was an odd qualifying, seeing people out of position, really. Digital Blasphemy. Haven't seen much from him this season. And he's come in with the third fastest time. Racer Brown, Shiren, none of them are championship contenders at the moment. Super Manny, our top South African, in 4th, and JOO in 5th. Joker 6th fastest, great from the Polish driver there, great stuff. With Homesick Alien in 7th, and Guesty in 8th. Jim in 9th, which goes against this season. He's had great qualifying, maybe not so much luck in the races, but oh shoot, has he started? Bazza is 10th, Bendit is 11th, Noxie is 12th, Normans is 13th, Ensign Hewitt is 14th, and we'll get out of this because I'm worried they've started. Wow, they don't give you much time, do they? Bastards. So here we go. What's that? Guesty on pole? That's not even the right grid. What's going on? Guesty Pisses down the field. Oh, he's doing that weird thing again. Oh, who's on pole? Shiren was up there, wasn't he? Oh, it's Racer Brown, 4th. 2nd. Now he's back on. Oh, come on, Kaz. You can't keep doing this to me. The lobbies are dodgy as hell, and now you're doing this weird glitch thing at the beginning. Racer Brown leads from Digital Blasphemy. Super Manny in 3rd. That's a clash of the Titans at the top there. JWO in 4th. Joker's 6th. With Guesty, no, Guesty, scrub that. Guesty's got the inside line on Jokers, and it's Guesty up and into 6th. No, 5th. Shiren is dropping like a brick. Shiren has had a poor start to this race, and he's dropped. He's dropped, and look, there's a whole clump of cars there with Jokers, Shiren, Jim's in the mix as well. Jim's moved up a good portion. Oh, my Lord. Sorry, he's bouncing around. And, oh, they all come through the chicane, and they do it okay. Unbelievable stuff. So, wow. Ensign Hewitt then, he's in 14th at the moment. Then we've got Noxie in 13th. There's a whole cluster of cars there. Barriers everywhere. It's going to be tight. Normans is in there, and there's a bit of a crash. No, it's a bit of lag, I think. I don't know what's going on. So Racer Brown leads by 1 second. Digital Blasphemy hunting him down with Super Manny in 3rd. JWO has moved up into 4th. Guesty in 5th. What an absolute impressive start from Guesty. Great stuff. Shiren dropping down to 6th place. Homesick Alien in 7th. Jim is in 9th. Baz has just got moved on. Up the inside of Jimbo. And Jim will not be impressed, but Baz has lost the back end. And Jim's back through. No, he's knocked Jim off path. And it's a cluster of cars crashing all over the place. So Shiren's 7th, that's changed it. Bendit is now in 8th. Jokers is 9th. Ensign Hewitt is in 10th with Normans fighting him in 11th. Then we've got Bazza down in 12th with Jim in 13th. Bazza, you should redress that, man. I don't know. And Noxie in 14th. Noxie's had a mare as well. We've got 90 minutes of racing. These guys further down the field should not be disheartened. More can go wrong. And it probably will. Nothing's going wrong for Racer Brown at the moment, though. He's doing a fantastic job out there in the lead of this race with Digital Blasphemy and Super Manny. Digital Blasphemy feeling that pressure from Super Manny, all breathing down his neck. I pressed F12. So imagine their name coming up at the bottom. For God's sake, Kaz. Damn it, Kaz. Fix your game. So JWO, he looks like he's feeling feisty. Feisty as a... Oh, no, that just moves position. Sorry, I was trying to be flash and look back. That's not that. Messed that right up, didn't you? There's JWO. That wasn't worth it, was it? Sorry. A little knock on the wall there for Super Manny as he chases Digital Blasphemy, and he's gotten away with it so far, but JWO is waiting in the wings to punish him for when one of those wall scrapes is just a little too hard. Then we've got Guesty in 5th, going great guns ahead of the Alien, who's ahead of Shiren in 7th. Then we have Jokus in 8th, relatively safe from Ensign Hewitt, who is looking in his rearview mirrors at Normans, who's on it. And then we have the Baz. Bendit's dropped down. Bendit was higher than that, so Bendit's dropped down. Jim is yet to get back up with the pack. And Noxie is a little off the pack as well. He's struggling. Is Noxie, I'm afraid to say. He's had some good results, I think, this season. I say good results. Yeah, he got 12 points at Circuit de Spa and Nürburgring. He got 6 points. It's respectable. But this one's not going so well for him. Racer Brown 1.5 seconds ahead of Digital Blasphemy, and now we've got a tow zone. And let's get on board then. With whom? Oh, Shiren. Oh, no, we haven't. Oh, it's JWO, Digital Blasphemy, and that's the train I was thinking of. There's a little mini train behind these guys. But on board with JWO, and he's looking down the barrel of Super Manny. And ahead of Super Manny, we have the 2nd place, Digital Blasphemy. And it's great to say Digital Blasphemy again, haven't we? Seemed to disappear from the races for a short while, but he's back, and he's bad. So, Digital Blasphemy can't put a foot wrong with this powerhouse behind him. Guesty's only 1.3. I think they're towing each other, if anything. Digital Blasphemy, he's not being caught by Super Manny. So they're all holding ground to each other. And Guesty doesn't seem to be gaining either. It went down to 1.2, but it's got, oh, big war clash there for Jay. And someone in the pace team wants to get on the radio and calm him down. Say, shh, 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 shh. Whoa, boy, whoa, calm down, calm down. Jay, baby, it's all okay, it's gravy. Oh, Superman's gone very wide there. Jay's going to fancy that. Jay's fancying a little nip at his teammate, and Digital Blasphemy dropped it like it was hot. And oh, the tyres, the hard tyres, no grip whatsoever. They're driving on a needle. They can spin at any time, as you can see, and Superman now up into second, Jay into third, and this has not worked out well for Homesick, because he's fighting Jay in that championship. They're only a point between the two of them, and Superman. But Homesick's right there. Oh, no, he's not. He's on, whose case is he on? He's on Guesty's case. Keep getting Guesty mixed up for one of the pace cars. Sorry, Guesty. And Homesick Alien then. Purples. He's got the fastest lap. He's on a comeback. Don't call it a comeback. Sharon, he's dropped Sharon, but not too much. Only by a bit of a second. Digital Blasphemy regains control. Back in 7th spot. Not what he would like. Not what he would like at all. But he has the pace. He knows he has the pace. He needs a little bit of luck and some good strategy, and things will come back to him. Joker's there in 8th. He's looking tidily at the back of Digital Blasphemy. He fancies a piece. Let's go back to that Homesick and Guesty battle. No change there. But Guesty has caught up Jay. Oh, hi caramba. So, wow, and Guesty's gone a little wide in the corner. He's given the wall a bash, and he's picked up damage. So Homesick Alien is going to be chomping at the bit at that green fox, or wanting a piece of the action. Guesty at the moment, luckily, he's carrying the damage through a few corners there, where Homesick Alien can't do any damage. So in the chat, we check the chat. I'm not hearing her voice. I don't know, I must have turned it off. I've got my glasses on and the lights off. Let me turn the light on, because it's getting dark around here in the UK. I don't know what 10 o'clock is. I'm guessing it's 9 o'clock in this country. And we'll be saying goodbye to... Is it just Jay, or is Superman going as well? So, Audi Cars in the chat is saying hi. I think that says Audi. I should put my glasses on. It's disrespectful not to get people's names wrong if I can't see it. Oh no, AVDL Cars. Hi. In the chat. Right, let's get back out of this one then. So a race around with, we're only 8 and a bit minutes into this, nearly 9 minutes into this race. And we've got 90 minutes, guys. Calm down, calm down. Look at them all, they're very close. Super Manny, J-O-O. Then we've got Guesty, Homesick Alien, Sharon. Oh, big one! Big one there. It looked like Homesick Alien dropped it. Guesty ploughed into it. Not Guesty, someone ploughed into him. Let's have a look. So we're looking at the Alien there. He's behind Guesty. Coming up to the corner. This is a tricky corner. Heavy on the brakes. Makes it around the first initial part of the corner. Oh, and the tail end just didn't want to go. And yeah, there was Sharon to give him a hefty old bash. And he's got some damage now. Look at the wheels screaming away. And that is how it happens, though. It's easily done. Now, where does that put Homesick Alien? Down in 6th, just ahead of Digital Blasphemy. Unbelievable stuff. And Sharon is ahead of him. So he's only lost at one position to Sharon, and he's still in fighting chance of catching Sharon. So Homesick Alien, it could have been a lot worse. Could have been a lot worse. It wasn't. We're half a tank of fuel, 10 minutes into this race. And yeah, when will they pit? When is that strategy? These tyres are barely getting used. They're hards anyway. But it's a nighttime track, cold. I imagine there's, Even the softs would last a good deal longer than they would normally. And whoa, there's Bendit finding a cone on the road, doing a little bunny hop. We liked it. Norman's in a battle there with Ensign Ewart. Ensign Ewart giving him what? Giving him what for? He's giving him the big Dan. I've pressed F12 again. Sorry, guys. That's just, why? Kaz. So Ensign Ewart. Ooh, is that Norman's going in? I don't know. Maybe I should get out of the car and have a look. No, it wasn't. How lazy is that? Like, someone was going to tell me as well. So, yeah, Ensign's got a toe on Norman's, but Norman's got a good straight line speed there, and it doesn't look like it's going to be enough for Ensign. It's a long straight. It's the longest overtake I've ever seen in my life. God. And it's still not done. And it wasn't complete anyway. Oh. Ensign. Jesus. And so it raced around 3.3 seconds. JOO's got ahead of Supermanny. Has Supermanny found problems? Because he's found himself with Guesty all up and in his busy NAS. And Supermanny then has to go defensive in the sexy, cognizant Aston Martin as the Green Fox harries him up, although the Green Fox has backed off a little bit now. And the Green Fox has got the fastest lap so far. Splendid stuff from Guesty, Mr. Guesty. 5th place then, Sharon. And he's pulled away from the Alien a little bit. Homesick Alien, maybe Homesick's backing off a bit with the fuel. He's got a bit more fuel than Sharon. Digital Blasphemy, oh, Digital Blasphemy he is so tight with his fuel, he barely ever spends it. So Digital Blasphemy, don't count him out. He's 15 seconds off the lead. There's a yellow flag ahead. It's the Green Fox. My dearie gosh, they're all dropping like flies. Who knows who's going to win this race, because it could be anyone. And there you go. It was something out of nothing. And it's put him down behind Sharon and behind the Alien. Here comes Digi. He stays. Oh, Digi must be fuming. No. It looks like Digi's going to get by. We'll find out in just 2 seconds. No, guess he's gone in, so we'll never know. The Green Fox into the pits after that. Race around 3 seconds, JOO. Also 3 seconds ahead of Supermanny. Supermanny 4.3 seconds ahead of Sharon, which is a second less. It was up to about 5 seconds, I think. So Sharon starting to pull in. Yeah, 2:04 from Supermanny last time out. 2:02.5 from Sharon. Homesick Alien a 2:03 after his spin. It's not even a spin. His little wiggle out of the corner. So he's not let it get to his head. He cracks on. Digital Blasphemy there in 6th. Another casualty of the Tokyo Drift. And then we've got Jokus. Solid drive from Jokus so far. Look at that. 04, 04, 02, 05, 04. Keeping it consistent, keeping it tidy. And Joker's doing what he needs to do. And Bendit, my God, how many positions has he held in this race so far? We saw him up into about 7th or so, then back at the back, and now he's up to 8th. So Bendit on an absolute blinding race at the moment. Great lap times. He's slowly building to the speed with a 2:06, 2:04, 04, 04, 03. And Bendit is slowly catching Joker's up. Joker's doing an 04 last time and 03.9. I mean, it's not quite a second. It's a 10th faster. Norman's in that battle with Ensign. Ensign can just not do anything about him. Jim must have made a pit stop. Jim down. No, he hasn't. Oh, no. Jim's had a whopper somewhere along the way. Where did he have it? So, Jimbo. Oh, holy schmoly, you stupid cats. The cat's just knocked it. It's sucky, of course. Stupid cat's knocked everything off to the side. So, yeah, Jim. Oh, my God. What's happened to him? It's got to be this lap. He's getting a good toe, though. Sharen's gone in. That's early. So's Bazza. Getting some pit stops now. Maybe not early, looking at Jim's fuel. And that was a 2:05, so that wasn't bad. I thought Jim was higher than that. I don't know. Sorry, Jim. I dismissed you saying you were. So Shiren has been in and out. That's how quick a pit stop is. Guesty pitted earlier. He's put mediums on. So has Shiren. Baz is out on a lovely set of mediums, and Noxie is onto a set of softs. He's not messing around. He's sick of being at the back. He's going to try and make some ground up with a set of softs. Racer Brown at the moment, it's all gravy, but his fuel is flashing, so his time is up. 15 minutes into this. Can car 86 make their way to the pit lane? Your time has elapsed. I hope it's 86, because I said that in a gut feeling rather than a no, I know. I just said it because I think it. 86, yeah. Oh my God, is that nerdy that I'm starting to know the numbers of all the drivers? I don't know all the numbers. I don't know Jay's. It's in the 30s, I think. I think it's in the 30s. Let's have a look. No, it's 42, isn't it? No. Is it 42? Well, anyway, Racer Brown, he hasn't ever pulled away from JOO too much, so the win is still on. And maybe even Super Manny. Super Manny's got a lot of fuel on board. These two have had to make a pit stop. I don't think Super Manny needs a pit stop, but you might be worried about the tyres they go on to. He could have probably cut a lot of time out between them and gone on to the same tyres. This is the concern because of the tyre differential. So Homesick Alien changed to a... Oh no, he's still on a hards. So Homesick hasn't pitted either. Super Manny has been absolutely conservative with that fuel, hasn't he? He's really driven the pants off that. Digital Blasphemy also not pitting. He's not done as well as Super Manny, but he's you've got to take your hat off to him. Racer Brown's back out onto a set of medium tyres. JOO set of mediums also. Shiren 9.6 seconds down from him. He's got mediums on. Guesty, who pitted a little bit earlier than those guys, he's gone on to mediums. And to tell you the truth, I mean, 202, it's not much different from the hard tyres anyway, is it? Bendit, he's on a set of mediums now. Jokus is on a set of mediums. And Bendit's got himself Jokus' position. I don't know if that was during the pits or if he made the move on track. But it was Bendit we saw chasing down Jokus, so he's made up his position. So hopefully another position will be coming his way when the guys ahead of him make their pit stops. Then we've got Norman's. Oh dear, something's gone wrong in his pit stop. He hasn't changed tyres. He's got the same tyres on. Now he won't get a penalty if he goes round and goes back in and just changes the tyres. He's getting in Baz's way though, which isn't fair if you've made a small mistake, really. But Bazza wants to get by Normans. Normans doesn't want to let him by. Ensign Newitt has got by him. But yeah, Normans hasn't changed his tyres. He was meant to change his tyres. But like I said, I think they can escape a penalty. Oh, but excuse me. Wow. I went to hold my nose and my mouth made a noise. I was trying not to make a noise. And all the pressure seemed to come out of my mouth, and I did this weird blah, 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 and bit my tongue at the same time. So this is going to be a fun twice a day. So Superman is leading, Homesick Alien's come in, Digital Blasphemy's come in. Racer Brown will easily get those positions back, and so will JOO. Will Shiren though, he was in the battle with he was just ahead of those guys, wasn't he? He was just ahead of the battle with Homesick and Digital Blasphemy, and he moves ahead. Guesty's the one they've got to watch out for. And Homesick's out on, he's not really, yes he is, but Guesty's got momentum on his side, and it's Guesty up and into fifth with Homesick, so staying out that extra lap or two, it may be good for later in the race, but it's cost him at this point because Guesty's obviously doing faster laps on medium tyres. But he's down to half a tank already. So Guesty's on, Homesick's on a full tank. Digital Blasphemy out on a full tank with medium tyres, and there's Bendit. Oh, it was so close. There was a position there, and Bendit knew it. He knew it. He's got problems though. Jokus is all up and in his business, and we got a lovely little battle appearing here from Bendit and Jokus on it. like a car bonnet. I'm going to have a little sip of my brew. There you can see Jokus now weighing up his foe. Out here in the wild, the wilderness of the concrete jungle, we see the automobilia, Astonus Martinus, hunting in their natural habitat. And you can see now the Astonus Martinus of Jokus is weighing up Bendit's Astonus Martinus and trying to see where the weak point is. Now coming down here is a very heavy braking zone where overtaking is possible but rather difficult. You have to be on the accelerator rather early, and we've seen what happens when you're on the accelerator early. Has Jokus done it? Wow, he had a good bloody effort too, and now he's put himself right in the tow zone of Bendit, and Bendit could be in trouble up this straight. And I just realised I did a very United Kingdom kind of nature programme whilst commentating on a Polish person and a Dutch person, which probably we've never heard of Michael Attenborough. Who is he? Is his name not Michael Attenborough? David Attenborough. Who's Michael Attenborough? I work with Michael Attenborough. He's alright. He's a good lad. Sounds just like David Attenborough. Well, that was true. They wouldn't know who Michael Attenborough is. So Racer Brown, well, if he gives himself a PSN name, I might learn it. I have no idea. So Racer Brown leads 4.7 seconds. JW, I didn't think you listened to me when I did this anyway. Or funny. You decide, is it irritating when I get something wrong or funny? So JWO's chasing down Racer Brown, 4.6 seconds. Sharon, 5.8 seconds behind. It's starting to span out, boys. Let's get some close call racing. Superman is doing just that for us. And he pitted a bit later, so Guesty, that early pit stop really did give him big gains. Homesick Aliens, only 7/10. I was asking for a bit of close racing, and these boys have delivered. Thank you. So Homesick Alien, 9/10 from Supermanny, is going for it. And in the chat, I've got to put my glasses on, which is an effort. We can't say I'm funny because sometimes you don't even know you've done it. Half the time I don't know. Look, told you, brain disengages, mouth starts when commentary happens. You cannot judge me on my commentary skill, my commentary stuff. My speech is not good. So Homesick Alien, he's in the tow zone, but I think Supermanny will also be getting a tow from Guesty. So we're in a tow train at the moment. No, Supermanny's too far away. So maybe Homesick Alien is the danger man here. Maybe Superman has to watch Superman. Superman E.
When brain forgets to work, what your mouth does. That's the reason we all come X.
And Supermanny then. Oof, did he have a little tap with the wall? He's under pressure. Half a second from Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien has smelt the exhaust fumes, and he is now activated. He has been activated. So Agent Alien is on his way. Superman E. Muddy says when brain forget to work but your mouth does. That's the reason we all come. Oh dear. So Homesick then 4/10 of a second. Hey, ask Skyjacker. He says it's not as easy. Although he made it sound really easy. He was really calm when he did his commentary. He was just really chilled, like it wasn't even an effort. Didn't get all in a kerfuffle, or he was really super cool about it. I was quite disappointed. Thought he'd fumble over his words and sit there going, what's the word, what's the word, what's the word I'm thinking of? Like some people do. So Racer Brown, 5.3 seconds ahead of JOO. Let's have a look at these times. Racer Brown's planting some 201.8s in there. And he's looking good. Wow, Noxie. Oh, Noxie's on the soft tyres. Remember, we saw Noxie. We'll go and have a look at how Noxie's doing, though, in a minute. We'll have a run through. We seem to be bouncing around because there was a bit of battling in the middle there, wasn't there? So Racer Brown then, he's 2:01 last time out, and he's doing a cracking job. 5.2 seconds in the lead of this race, and we are 25 minutes into it. We've still got 64 minutes to go. With JOO pace chasing him down with all he's got. 2:02 though, but it might be fuel saving. No, he's not fuel saving either because Racer Brown's got more. Shren looking good for a podium, isn't he? He's on for a podium at the moment. He qualified rather splendidly, but the beginning of his race was woeful. For one reason or another, I don't know. I'm not blaming, I'm not pointing fingers. I wouldn't do that. That's not my job. But from, what was he, second down to 6th or 7th, that's not a good day at the office. So Guesty's had a cracking though. The Green Fox is imminent, but he's also got a pit because he pitted early. He had a spin, a bash, and just went into the pits to consider life choices. And he come out on a set of mediums, and he's gained. He's made huge gains, but he's going to have to pit again. He is really out of sequence at the moment. Super Manny, he had the most fuel of everyone by the end of their stints, out on a set of mediums. This one looks like, I think it's going to be fuel, not tyres, that's going to dictate this race. Homesick Alien 7/10 still, and Super Manny has caught right up with the Gusty. Oh, Gusty, I thought he hit the wall then. He might have done, because he's got a red flasher. He's got a red flasher on the Green Fox, and Super Manny is up for taking the place. And I want to go back and look at how Noxie's doing, but we've got a bit of racing going here. We've got a bit of racing going on. We've got to watch it. And Homesick Alien from nowhere goes in there. Goes in deep. She wasn't expecting it. She's got a little tear in her eye. But Homesick Alien, poor Mrs. Homesick Alien. Wow. No warning there. Oh, he's gone back. He's giving it back. Maybe he just got caught out with the braking then. Yeah, mate, I think he got caught out with the braking. Whoa, he went in, didn't he? Oh, it was nice, but he just couldn't slow the car down, and oh, he didn't give it back, he just went out there wide. And yes, oof. The kind of guy who promises to use 2 fingers and then slips a third in. It's disgraceful. So a Racer Brown leads 5 seconds from JOO pace. He's 6 seconds ahead of Shren. Shren's 10 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Homesick Alien still dogging Super Manny. He won't let him have a rest. Then there's Digital Blasphemy in 6th place. Jokus is in 7th. Only 1.7 seconds behind Digi. And fuel's not that much different. This is race on for Jokus. There could be a 6th place in this race. Bendit, who's been staying with Jokus all the way as well. Great racing here for 6th, 7th and 8th place. Then we have Ensign Ewer in 9th. Ensign's had a cracking job. He was stuck near the back behind. Oh, Guesty's pitted. Oh, Guesty's pitted, everyone. Didn't notice. I'm on it. So Ensign Ewer's 9th. With Guesty in 10th. After his second pit stop, he's gone to the soft tyre now. You'll see, if you weren't impressed before, you wait now. Jimbo is 11th. He has pitted. He's put the medium tyres on, and I think he said Tokyo was not his jam, baby. And it's coming to fruition, that one. He is not keen on this track, it seems. Too many barriers. Barrier is in 12th, fighting with Normans. At least they've got each other. And Noxie, who's doing those impressive lap times. Oh, he's just done a 2:24. He's just pitted, that's why. Put some mediums on, and he misses the grips of the softs. But Noxie, 20 seconds off of Normans. It's going to be a tough one for Noxie today. Whatever put him back there. Shren is the first to stop out of the leaders. Racer Brown, quarter of a tank of fuel. JOO, just under a quarter of a tank of fuel. Super Manny, half a tank of fuel. Homesick Alien, half a tank of fuel. Beautiful. Shren's into the pits. Digital Blasphemy, half a tank of fuel. He could be a factor still. Anything could happen. We've seen him spinning out all over the place. Did Jokus just drive straight past Digital Blasphemy? Did that just happen? Let's have a look. What happened to Digi? Did he lift? He seems too far back for that to have just happened. And they've gone past the pit lane. He didn't. I'm sure that's Digi still ahead of him. So I don't know what I was tripping out on. That was weird. That was so weird. I honestly thought he'd gone ahead of Digital Blasphemy. Maybe I just thought it was... Saw Sharon in the background or something. Sharon's come out of the pits then on the softs. We've got Bendit on the mediums and Ensign Ewart. He's dropped back. He was ahead of all of these guys, wasn't he? Well, maybe not. But Ensign Ewart all over the back of Bendit. Bendit was chasing down Jokers. He's pulled right away from it all. Look at him. Beautiful stuff. He's actually chasing down Digital Blasphemy in 6th spot. Someone must have appeared. That's why he's moved up. Sharen's 7th. Bendit. Must have been Sharon. Ensign Ewart in 9th. Guesty in 10th. Could have been Guesty as well. Who knows? Jim in 11th. Bazzers. Ready for a pit stop. Is that his first? No, it's his second stop. Normans, he's dropped Normans though. They were racing each other just a second ago. Normans dropped back. And Noxie trying his best just to see someone in this race. So JWO's gone in. His fuel was flashing. Supermanny and Homesick Alien have got immense fuel tanks today. They're just keeping on going. They just are keeping it rolling. And in the chat then, we've got Kaylan saying, how's things looking? It's looking good, man. Looking good for your boys. The South Africa, well, one of them's going in 15 minutes. I think Jay is power shedding. I think he's hoping that there's a delay and he'll get to the end of the race, but it's not looking good. We're 15 minutes away from their power shed, and yeah, there's 58 minutes remaining on the race, so it's unlikely that JWO is going to get to the end of this race. But Racer Brown leads 22 seconds, but he's not pitted. Supermanny, he's doing a grand job. He's looking after his fuel immensely, and I think that is going to pay him dividends come the end of the race. I don't know if he's trying to cut out a pit stop on Racer Brown and JWO, but him and Homesick seem to be getting those fuel tanks to go a lot further, and Digital Blasphemy is also in that category of going a little further. JWO on the softs. So yeah, JWO's gone out on the softs, and now we're going to see some real impressive stuff. Caden saying, nah, 21.58 SAST, he likely will disappear, unfortunately. Gutted, isn't it? So Racer Brown, low on fuel. He's just taken the fastest lap of the race, and he will be in. Supermanny will take over the lead, but he's being dogged by the Alien. 201.7 from Supermanny last time out though, and he's got loads more fuel. He really is looking after that fuel amazingly, keeping pace with the cars around him and not using the fuel. It's impressive stuff. Homesick Alien hunting him down, but he's not managing to make an impression, and he's burning too much fuel if he wants to stay on the same strategy. Racer Brown then dropping down the order. He's got his tyres changed. Will he get out on track before Homesick? He could. No, there he is. Hello, Racer Brown. Homesick Alien giving him a quick wave as he goes by. And so these two resume racing, and Racer Brown ahead of JWO. And I think Racer Brown might have gained a bit more ground, but JWO's going down the straight. He should catch up. Hey, Rido's in the chat saying, hello, Rido, we miss you, man. Come and have a race with us. So, JWO, he's making gains on Racer Brown, I think. I'm going to stick my neck out and say there is some gains going on there. Digital Blasphemy, solid race so far, apart from the spin, from 2nd down to 7th. But he's kept it steady, Eddie. He's saving the fuel. Him and Supermanny, I think, are on something similar.
Looking forward to some fun on Friday.
Racer Brown on in 3rd, but he's just made a pit stop on the other guys, and he's on soft tyres, so he's going to be absolutely owning this track soon. JWO also on those soft tyres, going to be tough to catch him. Digital Blasphemy still rocking the mediums. Sharon is back out and on the softs, and he'll be making big gains on the Digi anytime soon. And I imagine Digi is savvy enough just to let it happen. Just to let Shiren go by and try and grab a toe from Shiren for as long as he possibly can to keep him on the go. And then Kaylan saying, looking forward to some fun on Friday. It's going to be a blast, Kaylan. And Rido saying, I can't get on with GT7. I will have a go soon. Have a bit of a go soon though. Yeah, it's all right. It's good fun. They're doing some Focus RS thing on Sunday evenings. I think it's this week. The car's not too fast. It might be good fun. Although they're using tuning. That's a headache, isn't it? So Super Manny leads with Homesick Alien in second. Racer Brown in third. JWO in fourth. Now Homesick and Super Manny yet to pit for their second pit stop. Racer Brown and JWO both have made their pit stops. They've gone onto the soft tyre and they're now racing each other. JWO just taking the fastest lap away from Racer Brown. Too exciting. Shiren is slowly catching him on those soft tyres. Verts, you don't want to burn all your fuel and your tyres up trying to race him, Shiren. Guesty in seventh. He's still doing all right with fuel. It'd say he's miles ahead, pit stop ahead of everyone. Quite a lot. Jokus now in eighth. He's pitted, put some softs on. Bendit back behind Jokus. And the natural order is being wow, Noxie. Look at Noxie. Entenua in 10th, chasing down Bendit. Then we have Noxie. He went for that radical pit strategy just to try and get back with the pack, and it seems to have worked for him. He's there in 11th. Jim's in 12th, but Jim's just pitted. He's put the softs on, so he's going to be catching up with Noxie pretty soon. And Baz, he's wrecking the front of his car and giving Normans half a chance to get back into this one. They're not liking that fight, that corner there, are they? They all seem to be wanting to hit that wall. So Super Manny leading the race. What's he going to do? Straight past the pits. Of course, what's the point? He hasn't got the fuel. He doesn't need the fuel. Homesick Alien in. And Racer Brown goes into second. JWO will move up into third spot. And then we've got two South Africans holding out the top three, with Racer Brown in their little sexy sandwich filling. Rido, Koi saying Focus RS does start this week. There you go. And Rido saying, I'll see what I can do then. It's just a chilled Sunday evening thing, man. No stress. So Jay getting purples again. Super Manny, though, is the man in the lead. 2.8 seconds. Racer Brown really starting to throttle on in this race. Shiren's got someone with him. Who's he? Oh, he's just got past Digital Blasphemy. We said Digital Blasphemy ought to just let it happen. Just lay back, relax, and let Shiren have his way. And Shiren has had his way, and he is through and up and into fourth. But Digital Blasphemy grabbing a bit of a toe. So it's you scratch my back and I'll scratch, well, I'll try and keep hold of your toe for as long as I can with my medium tyres. Guesty on those soft tyres, on the move, on the prowl. Thundercats are on the move. Thundercats are now. I can't remember the words of it. Loose. I've got to take some clothes off, so if you mind waiting a second, I'm going to rip off a couple of layers because I'm getting round. Here we go. Try and visualize it in your mind's eye. Just one layer, I think. Just one layer, I think, for now. We'll go with. We'll leave the jumper and the t-shirt on. We've just taken the hoodie off. Oh, it's a bit chilly now. So Racer Brown goes into the lead as Super Manny goes into the pits. It has to happen. We're not even halfway though, boys. Still a long way to go yet for this race. Shiren up into third place. That is a huge surprise. And Sharon trucking on. Well, no, he was in third, wasn't he? I can't remember now. And Supermanny out of the pits in fourth, ahead of Guesty, who's ahead of Homesick Alien. Guesty, look at it. Oh no, Guesty's got past Supermanny now. Ooh, guess what? It's the VRC and it's a bit of daylight. Hallelujah. Wow. It's been years since I've done a stream in the day. Look at that. Look at the blue skies. Oh. Yay. It's daylight. He's done that on purpose, hasn't he, Racer Brown? He's done it reverse. So the moaning's in the beginning and then by the end I'm all happy that it's daylight. Oh, this is interesting because the track will start warming up. The pace will come down. Those soft tyres are going to be pretty nifty pretty soon. So, and most of them are on the soft tyre right now. So Racer Brown then. Oh, look at that sexy skyline. It's fantastic. Shall we get on board with the leader and see some of this gorgeous, gorgeous sun rising around us down into the hairpin, nice and deep. Oh yeah, baby, like that. Go on. Oh, just touch the little knobbly bit. Then, oh, let the back end just swing out a little, sister, and then gather her up and make her drive down that straight. Really drive her down that shaft of the straight. Just really into the tunnel. That's it. Oh yes, we have entry. And just keep cruising on down the tunnel. Easy, easy. That's it. Here again, how beautiful, beautiful. Wow. So Racer Brown absolutely chugging it. It's not even trying down the straights, is that it? Topping out at 163. It's not very high up though. Is he fuel saving or something? Am I spotting someone who's got our engine management on? Oh, maybe that's the bop. Maybe that's all they can get up to. I don't know. We'll look at someone else going down the straight, shall we? 163. Where's anyone near the straight? Here we go. Someone. Jokers. Into the tunnel. Let's have a look. Let's have a look if his car reacts the same way. It's wiggling around a bit, isn't it? It's moving. 160. Yeah, no, that's it. I think no. 65. But you might be picking a toe up. Yeah, it looks like that's the restriction. That's why it's not. Oh, and that's Guesty. He opts to overtake and not bump. I would have bumped him up that straight, up into the corner, man. You would have caught Digital Blast from me up. Purples, though, into the first sector. But yeah, I would have been very tempted to have given Gusty a little bump there and ridden that toe. Rode that toe, baby, all the way up to the corner. And maybe possibly, but, you know, get the overtake done while you can, I suppose. Possibly is the best one. And Joker's up in 7th with Guesty now in 8th. I was going to say after his pit stop, but no, that was a legitimate thing. I don't know what Guesty's doing. Has he pitted and not changed his tyres? He could have pitted and not changed his tyres. That maybe was. It's not saying out that, but it doesn't tell me every time anymore. So Racer Brown leads this race. Half tank of fuel, 7 seconds ahead of Jay. Pulled a couple of seconds out on Jay. Jay's down to a quarter of a tank, but Jay, the end is nigh. It's imminent. We are minutes away from lights out. Sharon in 3rd. Doing the Sharon shuffle down there, looking very good. Supermanny in 4th. Only a second ahead of the Alien. These two, I think, over the last round, like last race and maybe the race before, these two have had an absolute glorious battle. Number 77 versus, what's he, number 7? There you go, the 3 sevens. And Supermanny keeping Homesick Alien in his box. And Homesick Alien opting not to grab a toe from Supermanny, deciding to go over the other side of the track. And maybe wants to stay behind him to save fuel a little bit. It is Supermanny that seems to be doing the bulk of the fuel save around here. Digital Blast me. It's 21 seconds behind the Alien there. I don't know where he's lost that time. I thought he was close to that. Look at all the cars behind though. Jokers. Guesty and Bendit. Let's get on board with the Bendit as we see all these cars shuffling around. They're all on racing softs. The sun is out. It's a glorious day in Tokyo. Beautiful stuff. Just what we wanted. Thank you, Racer Brown. Just checking the chat. Although I'm going to have a little break in a minute. Oh no, Jay. Oh, bye, Jay. Poor Jay. So that puts Shiren now up into second place. And Supermanny in third. Homesick Alien in fourth. With Digital Blasphemy moving up into fifth. Guesty sixth. Jokus now in seventh. But look at the battle down here with Bendit, Jokus, and Guesty and Digital Blasphemy as well. Beautiful stuff. Shiren's gone into the pits, needing fuel, absolutely on the fumes. Supermanny rocks on by up into second, and the Alien resumes a third spot. And Digital Blasphemy, how far? He's too far behind to Shiren, I believe. And I think Guesty went in and didn't change his tyres. Now, was that genius, or was it fatal? We will see how those tyres progress. Their tyres can go quite late in this race. I mean, they can go pretty red before they start playing up. So Guesty might have done an absolutely cracking little move there. And Guesty half a second behind Digital Blasphemy at this point. And Jokus and Bandit in their own little battle. Bendit's got to go into the pits though soon. Jokus has still got a good amount of fuel on board. And in the chat, Jay saying, yep, power is cut now. I'm sorry, bro. You need to get a Jenny. You need to get a generator. Cost a fortune in fuel, though. Just a very small generator, just to run your TV and your PlayStation. Don't worry about anything else. So what do you guys do with your fridges and shit? We get really worried in this country if the power's been off for like 10 minutes because the freezer will defrost. So, how does that work? I'm going to look up what it is, because they can't cut all your power. It's just like a certain amount of power. Oh, I can't get my head around it, man. It's crazy. Your freezer's going to defrost. I'm really worried about your freezer, Jay. It's going to defrost. And Kalen says, just have to wait it out. God, there'd be widespread panic over here. People would be rushing out buying toilet rolls. It'd be full-on apocalypse now in Tesco, in the middle aisle of Tesco. Everyone fighting over toothpaste and bloody toilet roll.
4 hours intervals for roughly 8-10 hours a day.
And Kalen saying, they cut all power currently 2 to 4 hour intervals for roughly 8 to 10 hours a day. And Kalen says, but do it area by area. But still, your freezer. I'm really worried about your freezer. Your frozen food's going to defrost. That's what my worry is. So Racer Brown's leading. I'm more worried about Jay's frozen food than I am about what's going on in this race right now. So Racer Brown, 27.2 seconds ahead of Supermanny. I guess you buy fresh. I don't suppose you have frozen. Good for you. There's too much processed stuff in that frozen diesel. So Homesick Alien is third. He's only 2 seconds behind Supermanny. Big race on between Homesick and Supermanny. And that is going to have to count as one of J00's drop scores. And that's going to keep us guessing all throughout this season where Jay will end up when the drop scores come in. Shiren, he'll get a score for this, though, for taking part. For over halfway, he's definitely going to get. But, I mean, unfortunately for him, everyone's turned up this week. We've had sort of like weeks when there's only 10 or 11. But he's picked a week where everyone's shown up. So he's going to be put at the back in 14th, probably. Shiren, though, in fourth place, having a cracking little race. Racer Brown is into the pits. And Supermanny are nipping around. Here we go. I think I'm getting my answer to the frozen food problem. Kalen saying, luckily 2 hour power cuts Food stay frozen if left in the freezer and doors not open. Ah, see, they should do. You'd think the British would know that, but no, we all panic. 10 minutes and they go, oh, my frozen food. So a race around, in and out, in and out. Oh, but Superman, he's got the momentum on his side, and he's just going to whoosh straight past Racer Brown. Racer Brown's on the soft tyre, and so is Superman on half a tank. It's race on, but Racer Brown does get to go a little longer in this next stint, and Homesick Alien there as well, only 1.5 seconds behind Racer Brown. Have they made this interesting? We said Superman and Homesick Alien saving fuel, trying to cut out a pit stop, and is this now where it's starting to pay dividends? Is this where they should be pitting, but now they've got, Homesick's got just over a quarter of a tank of fuel in there. Superman's got nearly, well, just over a quarter of a tank. I thought it was half a tank, but I got a bit excited. Shuren then, he's there, 3/4 of a tank, chasing down Homesick Alien, but he's 17 seconds, and a chance of a podium is slipping away from Sir Shuren. Guesty in 5th, he's kept them same tyres on. Is he regretting it now? Who knows, but he's got Digital Blasphemy on a fresh set of racing softs, bruv, and he's going to put one down ahead of him. Guesty is fodder. He's a lamb to the slaughter to their Digital Blasphemy. Seventh for Joker, still in that battle with Bendit. They've raced through the night into the day, and these two, they must be getting sick to the backside of each other's cars, because these two have been all in it. And look at Jim. Jim's coming back into this one. Jim's in 9th. He's had a silent race. He's done the same thing as Guesty, and he's not changed those tyres. He's opted to stay with a set of tyres. He's saved huge amounts, big times in the pit stops, and now only 2.5 seconds behind Bendit and Jokers, but they're on fresh tyres. Will that make that much difference? We will see. Noxie, he's only 7 seconds. He's put himself in this race quite nicely. I need to say he was like 20 seconds off of the next person. So Noxie, absolute cracking job here at Tokyo. I mean, 10th isn't a lot, I guess, but it's not bad from where you started. Ensign Newer in 11th, racing softs, giving it large, but he's got the Baz stalking him, copied his car livery, and now he's stalking him on track. Watch out, Ensign, he's behind you. And these two we've seen have plenitudes of battles in the past. It's been beautiful, and Ensign Newer at the moment is winning this one. They're similar fuels, so all the strategy the same. With 37 minutes left of racing, we are in for a retreat. When am I going to have my break? I don't know. Norman's 30 seconds off. He's on the racing mediums, and I'm not sure it's going his way this race, but Tokyo is exceptionally a pain in the ass for a lot of people. Superman 1.8 second lead on Racer Brown. Now is Racer Brown starting to do a bit of lifting? Is he starting to try and do a bit of fuel save and play Superman and Homesick Alien at their own game? Homesick Alien less than a quarter of a tank of fuel. There's only a few more laps left in that Aston Martin for him, and then he will be into the pits. Shuren, half a tank of fuel. He's chugging on, and them their tyres, Guesty, are starting to look a little bit tatty. But Digital Blasphemy at 204 last time around for him, not making the big gains on Guesty that he could be. Maybe he's unaware that Guesty's tyres are absolutely torn asunder, and he could have a bit. And Joker's in 7th, being chased with Bendit, but Bendit, I think, oh no, Joker's just did a 206 with Bendit doing a 203. But they were closer together when I last looked, so they must have drifted apart. Oh yeah, 207 from Bendit last time around. Jokers, oh, I don't know, I've lost track. And there is Jim. We saw him creeping up behind the two of them, doing the Guesty manoeuvre of not changing tyres, I think, just going in getting fuel. Or he's really used those racing softs in less than a quarter of a tank of fuel. Noxie on it, 9 seconds adrift of the Jim. So, and it's Baz and Ensign in it there in 11th and 12th that have got the battle on. And it's Ensign. So Baz has got by him. My word, Baz is on fire, isn't he? And Ensign's barely lit. Sorry, Ensign. I think you just spun them, no, you didn't. And Norman's chasing them down. It's a tough battle here at... Oh, and he's getting lapped as well, which is always a pain. So this is the battle, really. 2 seconds between all of them, as they all put a lap on Norman's. And who do we sit with? Supermanny? Supermanny's going to be in, as well as the Alien. So Racer Brown will take over the lead, but he's used up a quarter of that tank. And Supermanny and Homesick are getting closer and closer to similar fuel. Sharen's just gone fastest of everyone in his Aston Martin. It looks cracking, doesn't it? I really like it. And Digi, second in this race he was before he spun out ages ago. He's slowly been fighting his way back to the top. Definitely pit stops for Supermanny and Homesick Alien, putting Racer Brown back into the lead of this race, and Sharen up and into second place. And if he keeps reeling off those fastest laps, he's going to be in with a real shout. Now, are these guys going to change their tyres? Or are they going to do what everyone else is doing? Or, I say everyone else, Guesty and Jim. So Sharen takes over. There's Digital Blasphemy coming up the pit straight. Homesick still in. Supermanny's out. He's changed his tyres. He fancies a new fresh. What's that? If you got them, flaunt them. You know what I mean? Digital Blasphemy goes in. He's got loads of fuel. He's going to save time in this fuel stop. And his tyres are barely touched. Do you think he'll change his? Guesty has been in and he's changed his tyres and put some new fuel in. And did he save himself a lot there? I suppose he has. He's in sixth, isn't it? In it. Just about to get fifth if Digi doesn't leave before he gets there. Digi's leaving before he gets there. But momentum might carry Guesty along here. But I think Digi, he's a good length up there. He's got a good length on Guesty, but Guesty's there nipping it up the inside. And like candy from a baby, Guesty, did the baby even cry when you snatched that candy? So Guesty up into fifth, Digital Blasphemy sixth, but he's just pitted. And so is Guesty, so it's race on between these two. And Jokus there is in seventh, and he's still got Bendit with him. And Jim's still with them as well. So we've got little pockets of battles all over the place. Noxie ahead of the Baz, who's ahead of the Ensign, who's ahead of the Normans. Alright, let's have a look. Oh, 5 seconds on Homesick Alien. Who's close then? I'll put you with someone who's really close. Digi chasing down Guesty. Oof, he's had a little clip with the barrier. I'm just going to have 2 seconds. I shall return, I promise. about that. Just a quick contract negotiation about doing the last 30 minutes of the stream. Just making sure I'm getting paid, you know. In Red Bull, they send me Red Bulls. For every 30 minutes I get a can. Just got a can. Yeah. So we've been sat on board with Digital Blasphemy. Not much happened. I was hoping for more, but I apologise. So we'd be riveted by the racing from Guesty and Digi, but Guesty pulled away a little bit. Race around 12 seconds in the lead of this race. Half tank of fuel, looking good. Sharen's down to the bare bones of his fuel tank, and he is imminently going to be into the pit stops with 27 minutes to go. It's unlikely that he's going to get that to go all the way. So Sharen staring down the barrel of still 2 stops to make. Racer Brown, he might get away with one more stop. Superman, I'd say, yeah. Is he even going to stop? Might get to the end on that. And Homesick as well, I think. Still a pit stop to make for these boys. Then we've got Guesty on fire. As Sharen goes into the pit, Superman will take over second place. But he needs a blooming miracle to get that first place. It's all down to fuel at the end of this race, isn't it? It's who has conserved the right fuel. I mean, pit stops don't cost much, though, do they? They're making these pit stops rather swiftly. So, on a track, it might not be better to conserve fuel. I don't know. We are 26 minutes away from the end, 27 minutes away from the end of this race. And I couldn't tell you who's in the best position right now. Racer Brown's leading, and he's leading by 21 seconds. But I've got a feeling he's going to have to make 2 stops before the end of the race. Maybe not. Maybe he'll get that fuel to go. Who knows? Well, I guess. These two aren't going to get to the end of the fuel they've got. So, yeah, everyone's got 1 stop to make in the top 3. Sharen is probably going to have to make another stop as well. Guesty, he's definitely got a stop to make in this race. Guesty might have been quite clever there, and Digi as well. Bendit, he'll be stopping imminently and hoping that'll be his last stop of the race, I imagine. As will Jokus. Jimbo's been slowly catching those boys up. He didn't change them tyres, I don't think, in his last stop, and it hasn't cost him. 204 from Jokus last time. Oh, Bendit has got past Jokus. That was the other way round, wasn't they? So the Flying Dutchman is through and up and into 7th place. Great stuff from Bendit, but he's given himself a knock, and Jokus, his car is clean as a whistle. He'll be looking to get that position from Bendit, and these two have had a glorious Tokyo Expressway experience, and they'll be singing songs in Dutch and Polish about the Battle of Tokyo Expressway from Jokus and Bendit. It was a glorious battle that lasted for 90 minutes of the whole race, and that limey git Jim is trying to catch in on that battle, the story that is the legend, the race between Bendit and Jokus at Tokyo Expressway. Wow. So Jokus getting a lovely toe now. And Jokus will be poised to try and grab that. Oh no! Bendit went in. Did Jokus? Well, how close was Jokus to follow me? I'll say, Jokus, you may as well follow him in. Really, you're going to have to pit anyway. And there is the Jimbo coming back into this race. Lovely. Bendit's in the pits, hopefully, for his last stop, and so does the Baz. Ensign carries on, does he not? No, Ensign's in as well. And Noxie. Oh, I don't know if that's enough fuel to get to the end. In 24 minutes? I don't know. Oh, no, that might not have worked out well for Noxie. I'm not sure. And Norman's there, sticking with it. It's been a struggle for him around Tokyo Expressway. It is a struggle of a track. 202.4, though, on pace with some of these other guys. 202 for Racer Brown as well. Is he backing out of this one though on those soft tyres, trying to get that fuel to last just a little bit longer? Super Manny, I haven't taken any notice. They've all pitted in such various different places and used their fuel up differently from each other that it is just tough to judge what a fuel tank really does last. Digi, Super Manny and Homesick made them last the longest, but I don't think we were 30 minutes into the race. I think we were like 20 minutes. So even when you save fuel, your best is 20 minutes. So yeah, Mr. Brown is not quite at that 20-minute mark yet. He needs a couple more laps, but he's got the fuel. Shiren, that's the big concern. I think Shiren might have to make another stop, whereas, well, they're all going to have to make stops, so it's not like he's at danger from behind, because Guest will have to pit, and so will Digital Blasphemy. Jokus is just about to make his said pit stop, with Jim, I imagine, following him in, and Bendit will be looking to get a very good outlap done to try and jump. Well, he was already ahead of Jokus when he come into the pits, but he'll be wanting to take back that position that was his. And these guys, I imagine, possibly could be racing to the end, but 22 minutes is tight. It is tight. It's very tight, I think. I'll be a liar at the end of this, and they'll all easily get to the end on the fuel they've got. Noxie, he's almost down to half a tank already. That's how quick the fuel goes here. So Baza, Ensign and Normans. Normans is ready for a pit stop. And Ensign and Baza have just pitted. I know. Kaz, for God's sakes, get rid of the please refuel remaining fuel laps. I didn't even get that before, because it's not a message for me. I don't need to know. We've got the keyboard, we've got the keyboard, we've got the keyboard. Look, the keyboard is beautiful. I can jump to 8th if I want, and you don't have to flick through the whole channel. So Bendit is ahead, of Jokus. They come out in pits. Jimbo is in it, on it. Whatever you want to say, Jimbo is on fire now. And he's looking to he could get 8th and 7th here if he plays his cards right, if he finds that little bit of pace that we've seen earlier in the season. We know he can drive the Aston Martin, but we also know Tokyo Expressway, not his favourite. Somehow I think he's going to miss Brands Hatch. He says he might have to miss Brands Hatch, which is the last race of the season. And we've got 2 more rounds after this, Dragon's Trail and Brands Hatch. I don't know which Dragon's Trail that is, hopefully the good one. Jim then. Second, he's lost a little bit to Jokus. Jokus looks like he's gained on Bendit though. And what a delightful battle we've got lined up here. 7th, 8th and 9th. All very close together, very tight. And then the jeopardy of Noxie, only 6.5 seconds down the road. None of them can make a mistake. Bendit trying to break the toe. Jokus following him, saying, well, you can keep on changing direction, but I'm eventually going to get your toe. Bendit feeling very vulnerable down the straight, obviously. And Jokus in the toe zone. And is he going to bump him or is he going to overtake him? He seems to still be there. I mean, Jokus will be feeling rather vulnerable as well. From Jim, he can't mess this up. He can't mess this up. Bendit goes through. So does Jokus. And so does Jim. Clean as a whistle. All 3 of them. Beautiful stuff. Not seeing them spins like we were in the evening when the track was cold. So Racer Brown, the race leader, is in. Super Manny. Oh, I tell you what, Racer Brown's done well to eat that fuel out, hasn't he? Because the Super Manny and Homesick's done a huge fuel save. I think Super Manny has pulled the trigger. He knows he's going to have to pit, and he's just going for it now. He's pulled out a bit of a gap from Homesick Alien. They say they weren't that far apart. Now they're 15 seconds apart. Racer Brown exits the pits. behind. Oh, Sharon sneaks in there. Sharen's only 1.7. Homesick must have had a huge one. He hasn't. How has Sharon caught up with Homesick so rapidly? I have no idea. Oh, he's been doing 2:01s in a 2-minute last time around. Homesick's been doing 2:01s in a 2:02.5. So somewhere along the line, Homesick's lost a bunch of time. Supermanny's lifted it up to 2:01s, but he's now out of fuel. Homesick's not going to get that fuel to last him all the way to the end. So I'm not sure why he's conserving. Maybe he just wants to doubly check he's going to get that fuel. It's interesting. And Kalen saying, how many laps is Racer Brown doing on a tank? I'm not sure. Kalen says if 10 laps, that was Racer Brown's last pit. I think that is the yeah. I think it's about 20 minutes. I think he's going to have to be a bit conservative, but that should be his last stop of the race. But I think Supermanny and Homesick were hoping to gain a stop on Racer Brown, but I think Racer Brown started conserving a bit of fuel mid-race, and then Supermanny's pulled the trigger and he's not conserving fuel at all, trying to catch up Racer Brown. I think Homesick's still sticking to the conserving fuel, but that's let Sharon get right into the podium battle here, and they've all got a pit apart from probably Racer Brown. Digital Blasphemy some way off of that battle. He's all on his own. He's got no one to race him. Supermanny's in. Homesick stays out. So does Sharon. And Racer Brown, obviously, because he's just pitted. Wow, they've not caught Supermanny up yet. I thought they'd go past by now. 15 seconds feels like a long time, doesn't it, before they go? Oh, no, Homesick's come in. Shorter pit stop, maybe, to gain big gains on Supermanny. And Racer Brown up into second. Digital Blasphemy. He needs a pit stop. He's on fumes. He's going to sling it in now. And Guesty just pitted, 27 seconds behind Digi. That's going to be nice and tight. Ooh, that's what she said. So it's all eyes on Guesty. Mr. Guesty in the Green Fox. Chasing down Digi Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy has barely put her foot wrong except for the one spin. Could have easily been a podium for Digital Blasphemy here. And he keeps Guesty in his place. And that is in 6th. And even momentum cannot help Guesty along this straight. And that's Digi then. I think that's his pit stop's done for the day. Race to the end. And the race is now starting to shape up. Sharen's still got a pit, but he's still got a while to go yet. He's still got a couple of laps left in that car, and he's slinging that bad boy. He really wants to get into the podium battle. Racer Brown. And what's that gap? It's 13 seconds. So Homesick only really gained 2 seconds from the pit stop. And I imagine it's race on all the way. And Homesick, well, Superman, he pulled the trigger. He burnt through his fuel. And Homesick, I don't know, just didn't keep up with Supermanny when he needed to. And now Homesick's got to be a little bit nervous of Sharon, what Sharon's going to do. Because Sharon's fighting for that 3rd podium position, we think. Guesty is ahead of Digi. Oh my God, how? When did we do it? What did we miss? It's already happened, hasn't it? Bloody thing. So yeah, well, we thought Digital Blasphemy had done enough, but Guesty somehow getting by Digital Blasphemy. Maybe warmer tyres. It will be, won't it? It'll be warmer tyres. Digital Blasphemy just putting those tyres on. Oh, yellow flag, yellow flag. What's this? Yellow flag? No, it's no one in the leads. Marlon Normans, he's just come out that hairpin. Oh yeah, and he's got damage both ends, but he needs a pit stop.
Unless Manny can push.
So Sharon then on a whisker of fuel. Racer Brown, he might have to conserve a bit. I'm not sure, but he might have to do some early gear shifts. Is Racer Brown? Racer Brown has this unless Manny push. Well, Superman is 7.3 seconds. Oh, I tell you, it's Racer Brown's just lost 2 seconds to Sharon. So did Racer Brown make a mistake? Possibly. He's not infallible, and the sun looks like it's going back down again, so the track will be getting cold. Looks like a 24-hour race, doesn't it, in an hour and a half. So Racer Brown, 6.8 seconds. He's losing time to Supermanny. And yeah, Sharon, he's ready for a pit stop. And his battle is with Homesick Alien. Homesick Alien wants to keep that. Oh no, Homesick's picked up a bit of damage. It's definitely, the track's got to be getting cooler. They're losing grip out there. The sun's going down. And Sharon's going in for a pit. Homesick's lost a chunk of time. He could have lost his podium position. Guesty and Digi having a right ding-dong down here. Jokus, Bendit and Jim still in their ding-dong. It's great. Bazza 14 seconds ahead of Noxie. Noxie 12 seconds ahead of Ensign. And Norman's, he's pulling out the way, bless him. Oh, it's been a tough one. It's been a tough battle for him. Racer Brown now in the lead of this race. But Supermanny making a fight of it come the end. Sharon out of the pits, and he's got Homesick's position. He did it, he did it, he did it. Oh my lord. Homesick Alien losing that podium. And Sharon, a wily drive from Sharon. And has done very well. Ooh, don't move yet. Now you're all right, Normans. Guesty's is 17 seconds down. Should get good to go. Guesty's still fighting with Digital Blasphemy. We've got 12 minutes left of this race. And we've got a lot of battles. Unbelievable amount of battles for an hour and a half race. And so Racer Brown leads 5 seconds. He's lost even more time to Norman's. Superman. And yeah, so Racer Brown struggling with the grip. Or is he fuel saving? Which it could possibly be. He's on half a tank of fuel. Just over. It's just enough, I think. It's just enough for him. Or it might not be, because I think it was like 17 or 18 minutes to go when he pitted. And, you know, so he's only been on that fuel for 3 laps. And then he's going to have to be careful. And Supermanny, 2.8 seconds. Is Racer Brown really easing off? Is he having to ease off that much to get to the end? Supermanny, Supermanny's already had a win this season. It might have been at Nürburgring. No, it was Supermanny got the win last time out. And Supermanny is looking very strong come the end of this race. Racer Brown, I don't know if he's just conserving fuel, letting Supermanny catch up. Normans has left. Oh, I'm sorry, Normans, man. It's a tough track. It really is. And when you've got, you know, damage and you're fighting these aliens, it is shocking. Sharon and Homesick, there's a battle there to be had. Guesty and Digi racing. There's racing all over the track. Jokus and Bendit, they've pulled away from Jim a little bit though. Maybe Jim sitting back a little, letting them two get it out of their system, and then he's going to come in, swoop in at the end there and grab both positions. Noxie, he's got a bit of a race on with the Baz, but Baz is a little far back to make too much of an impact. And Ensign, you at 7 seconds now is our last person, as Norman's has gone. Racer Brown 3.1 seconds, and we're back in the night. We have 9.5 minutes left of this race, and it's intriguing, isn't it? We've got Sharon versus Homesick, Supermanny versus Racer Brown. Racer Brown getting purples though. He's got to his threshold of fuel, and now he can burn. Happy burn all the way to the checkered flag, because he is steadily pulling away from Supermanny now. Supermanny though matching his lap times. Sharon under the pressure cooker of Homesick Alien, pushing him all the way. Then we've got Digi's got past Guesty. Digi's got past Guesty. Oh my lord, why do I keep missing these things? So he's already done it. But Guesty He's lost the position there to Digital Blasphemy. Digital Blasphemy up to 5th. And well, guess he deserves everything he gets as well. He's had an adventure of a race, but Digital Blasphemy also being so up there in 2nd, I think he was, and spun out. So tough race for everyone out there. It's been a tough race for everyone. It's really been epic. Jokus in 7th with Bendit all the way, but Bendit's got to make a pit stop. Bendit has got to, and so's Jokus. Their fuel has just not worked out right for them. Jim, has he recently pitted? I'm not sure. He must have done. He's just done a 2:14. So the fuel not quite working out for these boys at the back. But Jokus and Bendit, they might get gazumped by Jim. They might lose them positions because Jim's made that early stop and he's getting some business going on out there. And Kalen saying, oh wow, there's Bendit, there's Jokus, they've gone in. Jimbo, what is Jimbo gonna do? And Kalen also saying stories all unfolding here. I know it's crazy, and I love these long races when they're all on different strategies and it all goes a little bit different at the end, and you see everyone's strategies coming out. No, Jokus is out, and so is Bendit. I thought Jim had that one, but he's got momentum on Bendit. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. And that's blast off for Jim ahead of Bendit, but 3 seconds down the road is Jokus. Jokus didn't change his tyres, you see. Bendit, that's where you went wrong. Jokus keeps the tyres, half fills the car, cracks on, but he looks like he's having grip issues. And if Jim can play his cards right, he might be able to get that position. That would be amazing. Racer Brown's only 2 seconds ahead of Super Manny. Super Manny a 2:01.9 last time out. Racer Brown a 2:01.1. Fuel looks okay between the two of them. Sharon only a second ahead of Homesick Alien. It's race on between these two, and no one can make a move. And Digital Blasphemy only 8/10 ahead of Guesty. Guesty coming back at Digital Blasphemy. Then we've got the battle with Jokus ahead of Jim for 2 seconds, and Jim only just ahead of Bendit, who's on a fresh set of tyres, remember. And if that counts for anything, it's got to count for a lot round here. Noxie getting caught. He's getting caught. He's gone for a medium set of tyres, and he's being caught by the Baz on a set of softs. So Noxie not safe yet, but I tell you, I'm sure he was like 17 seconds off of the next person in last place on lap sort of 2. So you've got to take your hat off. Noxie has had an absolute gallant drive to get himself back in the mix, but on those medium tyres versus Baz's softs, I think Noxie might be a sitting whack. So Racer Brown 1.2 seconds. Super Manny is owning it. He's absolutely pulverising this track, and Racer Brown not as confident when the sun goes out. He's a day dweller. He cannot handle the night. He likes the grip. And Super Manny, he's expendable. He can do it either way. He's not expendable. He can do it either way. By something.
Good evening, Bug.
Sharon in 3rd. Stole that position away from the Alien, but the Alien only 9/10 behind him, and he is coming on strong. Kalen saying 3 laps to go. Kalen saying Racer Brown must keep the gap to 1.5 for this lap. Mama Homesick saying, come on Homesick. Kalen saying, gonna be touch and go. It's exciting stuff. It is exciting stuff up and down the field. And Racer Brown 1.4 seconds ahead of Super Manny. So close out of the lead there. Sharon only 1.6 seconds ahead of Homesick Alien. They're running out of time. It's 4.5 minutes on the clock. We've done 41 laps of this darn street. Digital Blasphemy is only half a second ahead of Guesty. It's so tight all around. I want to watch this for a little bit, but I want to go and see how Jokus, Jim and Bendit are getting on. They're really close on the pit, on the map. Guesty getting a tow from Digital Blasphemy now up the straight. Maybe he doesn't want to pull the trigger on that one yet though. Maybe he just sits behind Digi. for another lap or two. There's what, about 2 laps left in this bad boy, and it looks to me like Guesty lifted out of that one and opted to sit behind Digi for another lap or two. Jokers, look at this, it's ridiculous. Jim and Bendit, wow. Like I said, they'll be singing songs in Dutch and Polish, and we'll make some up in English as well about this battle, the Battle of Tokyo East. And Jokers at the moment has done the job nicely, but he's got Jim in the tow zone, and Jim's towing Bendit along as well. Bendit very close, he's going to go for the move. Jim's defending on the inside, making Bendit go all the way around the outside. Bendit, remember, on those fresher tyres, and it's meaning something now because he's ahead of Jim. Beautiful move from Bendit, and then he's going to get a double taker. Bendit, you mofo! Look at, oh, it's not quite done, but it's done now. It's done now, and poor old Jokers loses 2 positions. But Bendit goes for a double wang, and didn't he wang it? Great stuff from Bendit. Great move. I know he's on the fresher tyres, but you cannot take anything away from the balls of the Dutchman. And he's still ahead of Jim just, and Jim's pushing on hard. This is absolutely exhilarating racing we're seeing on the edge of our seats right now for this, as Bendit pulls away on those fresh tyres. And Kalen saying, what a move. Even he agrees that was something special, Bendit. I know you're on the fresher tyres, but still, the balls of the man. Jim in 8th. Oh, I heard a barrier hit. Oh, it was Bendit as well. Just as I pulled away, I heard a clunk and thought, oh, don't be Bendit. He has hit the barrier, but he's still there. But the fuel, is that enough fuel? It should be, yeah, easy. I'm being alarmist. I'm being alarmist for no reason. Come on, Bendit, you can hold this one. Oof, what a race. So Supermanny's in the lead. Fuck, bloody hell. It's done. He's already done it. I apologise. I'm so sorry. We're watching Bendit's move. We missed the lead change. Supermanny into the lead, and it's Racer Brown at 2:03.2. And that could be for any reason, a small mistake, a little slide, a barrier knock. It could be anything, but it didn't happen to Supermanny. Supermanny, super consistent all the way. 2:01's down the board. And I would have thunk it impossible that Supermanny could take the actual win of this race. But what a race. It's not over though. Racer Brown's still there. Racer Brown's still in the fight. Sharon is pulled away steadily from the Alien. And Sharon looks like he's going to get that podium with the fastest lap. What a cracking drive for Sharon. Digital Blasphemy's fended off Guesty. Guesty might have to do a little lift and coast on this final lap. He'll be hoping that timer runs out before he gets to the checkered flag. Maybe Digi as well. And I think Supermanny's crossed the line, as has Racer Brown. They're up to do it again. Sharen's off to do another lap. And so is the Alien, Homesick Alien, off to do another lap. It could be Digital Blasphemy, the first to finish. The clock is counting down. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Checkered flag is out. And that will be Digital Blasphemy finishing in 5th. Great drive. I can't fault anyone's drive today. They've done an absolute stunning job. Guesty comes home in 6th. No fuel, but he's ahead of Jim. Jim got Bendit in the end. Oh my word. Can he hold it? Jim absolutely nowhere in this race at the beginning. Qualifying, just wandering around somewhere at the back, and just not the Jim we've seen so far in this season. But come race trim in his Aston Martin, he has done an absolutely blinding job. It's not over yet though. He's got a straight to get through with a Bendit very anxiously on his tail, getting a tow. Bendit's going to destroy his dreams as they come across. No, Jim gets it just, wow, 7 thousandths of a second. Joker's in 9th. Bazza is there in 10th. Where are the leaders? We're all right. Bazza then gets 10th place. And it's not bad for Baz. Well, he's, Noxie in 11th. He was miles off the field, so you got to hand it to him. He got himself back into this one. I don't know. I'm sorry, Ensign, you probably crossed the line. Super Manny holding on to it, 1.6 seconds ahead of Racer Brown as they come onto the final stretch, but Racer Brown's barely any fuel in the tank, and Super Manny just slam dunks that one and crosses the line for the win, with Racer Brown coming home in second, and Sharon take a boo you mofo. Well done in third place, and Homesick Alien best of the rest in fourth. 44 laps of Tokyo. Whew. And Super Manny did the impossible. Unbelievable stuff. Let's have a look at Super Manny. Double. And he still hasn't got a decent... I thought, Kalon, you said you were going to make him put his bloody uniform on. That's 2 wins now. Two wins. He's embarrassed pace. Come on, Superman. Get with the program. Get your overalls. He's still got a nice derriere, though. Look at that. It's pert. He's been doing his squats.
Sean FL last lap.
So let us have a look at those results, shall we? Whoo-wee!
He's gonna be called to the head office now.
I've got Super Manny in trouble now with the top of the pace team. So in the chat then... Kalen saying, P1, he was as surprised as I was. Haza says, bent it. I think that's bend it. Kalen saying, fuel, I think. Kalen saying, Manny fastest lap, wow. Kalen saying, oh, wow. Kalen saying, race to the line. Kalen, GG, Manny. Haza saying, Shiren, fastest lap, last lap. Haza saying, great race. And Kalen saying, he's going to be called to the head office now. Yeah, you've got to get them uniforms on, Super Manny. What you thinking? So Super Manny took the win. Unbelievable race, guys. Unbelievable stuff. That was fantastic. I think what was it? Spa was a classic. I thought that was a cracking race, but wow, we came back with something even more amazing. Super Manny took your win with Racer Brown in second. Don't know if he hit a barrier. Don't know if it was fuel, but somehow Racer Brown had to back off that one, and Super Manny absolutely floored it. Unbelievable stuff. Shiren come home in third. Don't know how he did it. He was so far off the top 3, but somehow Shiren, well, I'll tell you how he did it, getting lots of fastest laps. And he got the fastest lap today with a 2-minute .267. Great drive from the Russian sensation. Homesick Alien in fourth, still good for the championship with Jay, only scoring points at the back. And Digital Blasphemy, cracking drive. He spun out from second. It looked like his race could have gone to pieces, but he got his head down, he cracked on, and he pulled a couple of positions back there and got himself fifth. Guesty had an adventure as usual and came home in sixth. Jim, what a turnaround for Jim's race there in seventh. Bend it with what has to be said, one of the best overtaking manoeuvres ever. Coming home in eighth. Jokus, unfortunately, he was ahead of those guys for so long, but at the end there, just slipped with tyre wear. I think he didn't change his tyres, you see, and that's where I think he lost it in the end and came home in ninth. Bazza in 10th. Noxie in 11th, which wasn't a bad turnaround for Noxie. He did seem to be quite a way off the pack after the first couple of laps, so he's pulled himself back into the group. Ensign Newer just had a so-so day, it seems, in 12th. Norman's had a nightmare in 13th and DNF'd. And Jay was in second place for a while there when he had to pull out of the race through to power cutting. Power shedding. Something like that. I don't know why I've gone back to that screen. I never go back to that screen. We finish here, don't we? This is where we finish. We don't need to go and look at the chat in case there's some disgruntled people calling each other names. There never is. You're not allowed to do that in the VRC. We don't do that. Wowzers, man alive. What a race, boys and girls. Fantastic. This is how you do it. That is definitely how you do it. Unbelievable stuff. Fantastic racing by all involved. Well done, guys. You are stunning. So join us next Tuesday.
Thingy, what a race, checkered flag.
And Racer Brown, while you're here, was it fuel or a barrier at the end there? Last few laps. Did you have to back out because of fuel? Yeah, I think it was fuel when you were right on the edge. So Racer Brown saying, thank you, Thingy. What a race. It was unbelievable. So we're at Dragon's Trail next. I can't tell you if it's the good one or the bad one. Let me see if it's the good one or the bad one. I'll tell you. I won't tell you which one it is. You'll just have to guess. Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, it's the good one. So I'm not telling you which one. But yeah, it's the good one. It's the good Dragon's Trail next Tuesday. So join us. It's going to be fun. Thursday night, we have the FF Cup sponsored by Skyjacker. And that's going rather well as well. Quite an enjoyable championship. So watch us on Thursday right here. If you like your video and you subscribe and you press the little bell, you'll get told that video is out. And Race Brown does confirm he had fuel issues at the end. It was tight, wasn't it, man? It was tight. It was tight. I don't know how Superman he did it, though, man. I imagine you didn't expect you could fuel save and didn't expect Superman to start smashing those 2-minute lap times out. Okay, let's sort of calm down. I'm still excited by the race. I've got to calm. You know, I'm meant to go to bed after this because of getting up for work, but there's no way. The adrenaline's too pumping. I have to sort of like pace up and down for an hour before I can even settle. Like a dog. You know, when you see a dog go over to its basket and it goes round and round in circles before it lays down. That's what I'm like. Kaylin saying, see you all Friday. And Racer Brown saying, ran out 200 yards from the line. And Ensign Hewitt doing a wave. Hi, Ensign. Bad day at the office. Just so-so day. Not much. Meh. One of them meh races. Thursday, yeah, we've got the FF Cup. Friday's the big one, guys. We're going to need you to really support us on this one on Friday. We want, even if you don't want to give us any cash or anything, we want big views. We want big views because then in the YouTube algorithm, it might put it out there, and then there might be some rich bastard out there that will watch it and donate loads of money to cancer research. So we really need you Friday. Clear your plans. Get drunk at home. Watch me. Well, no, watch them and me talk about them. But we've got a 2.5 hour race at some track. We did qualify, and you think I'd remember the bloody track. I want to say it's Spa. Got a feeling it's Spa. It might be Spa. Not sure. Yeah, it's Spa, because I talked to Barry about being at home. So yeah, we're at Spa for 2.5 hours. It's because it's all about the charity. It's all about the charity, guys. I don't care about the race. I'm here to make money. And let me have a look at the chat before I wrap all of this up. Ensign says the track's meh. Mama Homesick saying, thanks, Thingy, you really are very good at the comms. Oh, bless you. Good racing all. Hard luck, RB. Ensign Hewitt saying, plus I'm awful. Never, Ensign, I've raced you. You're awesome. Racer Brown saying, yeah, boy, get on it Friday. And Racer Brown saying, thank you, Mama Homesick. Alien, nearly. He nearly got it. So yeah, Friday. Support us, Friday. Support us. You don't have to donate. Just support us. Give us the views. YouTube might even get tricked into thinking we're really popular and put us on some sort of algorithm that we end up on loads of people's homepage, and then one of them might be Elon Musk or Bill Gates, and they might give all their money to cancer research, which would be awesome. I was your broadcaster and your commentator, Norma Scocks. Thank you for joining us here at the Virtual Racers Club, and I'll see you on Thursday. I haven't forgot everything. I'm sure that's everything. There's so much to get through at the end, so much admin that has to be sorted out. I've got boxes to tick, and I'm sure and there's a focus thing to go in our Discord. Sign up. It's starting this Sunday. Don't ask me about streams. It's not going to be streamed live. It's Sunday, like I just said. Afterwards, I'm all hyped up. I can't keep doing it on a Sunday and struggling with Monday work. It's meant to be relaxing at a weekend. But we'll try and work something out with the replays. I am sure we will try and fit it in somewhere. It would be a shame for you guys not to see the sexy Focus RSs out there, but I can't do it live. I'm just one man. And I'm spinning so many plates. So Peace and love. Peace and love.